In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a 21% increase and the shocking reality to your money and your wallet. That's the focus of the video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. All right, now, as of recently, we've received some very important reports, and this may give some further explanation as to why virtually no one has any money right now, because over the last couple years here, the financial situation for the vast majority of people is not very good. I mean, look at your own finances over the last, call it 3 or so years. Have they been good or bad or medium, right? I think most of us are probably leaning toward the bad, maybe medium category if we're lucky, right? Well, this 21% increase that I want to share with you here in this video may give a little bit of an explanation to this, and I want to break down the details based on these new reports that have been released and what it means for us going forward, as well as the trajectory of what this is actually pointing toward going forward over the coming weeks and months here for all of us across the country. So, you ready? Yeah, let's get into it and talk through the details. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. I'm doing the research, watching the headlines, advocating on your behalf, and breaking it all down into these short videos. There's a lot going on right now. It's been a very busy year so far, and the next couple years, realistically, are also going to be very busy, and especially the rest of this year alone, very busy. A lot of information coming out, and again, I'm here for you no matter what every single day. I want to keep you posted and help you out through this time. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below, totally free, and there's the big subscribe button down there. Thank you so much. Let's talk through the details of this 21%. All right, so we've been getting, like I said, a bunch of new reports coming out, and I want to break down the details of what this means because this is impacting everybody. It doesn't matter where you're at, your income level, whether you're low income, fixed income, middle income, high income, does not matter. This is impacting everybody. In fact, this is impacting higher income people at a pretty rapid pace as well. It's actually pretty interesting. People earning six figures a year, six figures, $100,000 or more, are being impacted at some of the greatest levels that we've ever seen in the history of this country. That's nuts, right? Because here's the thing. Statistically, and remember, generally most people say, hey, if I make $100,000, I've made it, right? I'm rich. That's not really the case anymore. That is not the case whatsoever. So again, this is not dedicated only to those people. I'm just simply saying, based on the reports and the statistics, we're clearly seeing these people are struggling massively right now financially as well, which is weird, right? Because we all kind of put like this $100,000 number, up on this huge pedestal and be like, that's the income level, right? If you got that income, you've made it. That's not even close to the truth, right? Anyway, let me explain what's going on. So a couple weeks ago, we got the most recent inflation numbers that came out, right, as represented by the CPI report that comes out once per month, right? Well, here's the thing. As we dig through the reporting on this is actually nuts to look at. Just in the last 3 years alone, get this, how much do you think food prices have gone up just in the last 3 years? I bet you know the number because I've said it a couple times throughout this video. 21%. That's nuts. Now, here's the thing. Statistically and historically, food prices typically go up about 2% a year across the board on everything. We've seen in 3 years' time, we've seen food prices go up on average across the board 21%. That's nuts, okay? Now, here's the thing. That just simply means that we're buying way less. Not only that, this is what we're actually accounting for in actual price increases. Now, another thing, again, that I want to point out really is that this does not take into consideration shrinkflation. Remember, that's another thing as well. Whereas maybe 3 years ago, we were getting, say, a 10-ounce box of cereal. Again, I'm just making up an example here, okay? 3 years ago, maybe we got a 10-ounce box of cereal for $4. Today, maybe you get an 8-ounce box of cereal, smaller quantity, 2 ounces less for maybe that same $4 or maybe in $4.50 or $5, right? Prices go up, quantity or weight of products goes down, right? So anyway, that's classic shrinkflation. We've been dealing with that as well. We've been seeing it out there, and that's not taken into consideration in this 21%. So if we actually compared apples to apples here and looked at real prices across the board per ounce or basically per package size, that number, that 21%, is actually probably significantly higher than that as well. So that's nuts as well. Now get this. In this last inflation report that we got, a couple weeks ago, what we found in this as well, get this alone. Egg prices went up 4.6% just last month. That's a lot. Just egg prices alone have gone up 4.6%. Remember, eggs are supposed to be cheap. Eggs are supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like they're supposed to be like a really cheap option where you can get a bunch of eggs for like $1, maybe $1.50, and have like multiple days worth of meals. That's not really the case anymore, unfortunately, as these continue to go up. However, there's a silver lining. Let me tell you really quick, okay? The report also showed that just last month alone, cereal, apples, and tomatoes went down. Wow, that's great. How many of us are living on cereal, apples, and tomatoes? I'm not sure about you. Have you seen the prices of cereal and apples? It's pretty high. Those are not like super cheap foods. I'm not sure about tomatoes. I don't look at prices of tomatoes all that often, but I'm simply saying I know apples and cereal are expensive. They're not a cheap food at all, right? They're generally very expensive. So, but those actually did go down a little bit in price. So hooray, we're getting a discount on cereal and apples these days, and tomatoes these days. So there you go. Okay, just wanted to throw that out there really quickly. But I wanted to bring this to your attention really quickly because, again, this is the situation that we're all dealing with. And unfortunately, this is one of those situations and one of those items that we're all buying every single month. Now, within that inflation report as well, we did see a variety of other items that have gone up substantially as well, like shelter prices went up, as in rent went up half a percentage point, 0.5 or 0.5%, 0.5%. That's quite a bit as well on a month-over-month basis, which, by the way, on a year-over-year basis, rents are up 5.7%. Get this. This is nuts. This is a nutso number here that I want to share with you really quickly. Get insurance prices on cars, as in insurance premiums on vehicles. Guess how much those have gone up just in the last 1 year? 1 year. I'm not talking 3 years. I'm talking 1 year. This is crazy. And I actually have a personal story I can share with you if you want me to about this. And I can tell you my own personal story. This just happened like a month ago on this. Insurance premiums went up over 22% in the last 1 year. That's crazy, right? 22% on insurance premiums. However, I'm not surprised. Why? Let me tell you really quickly a personal story on this, okay? So, Corey's vehicle, okay? Many of you here in the community know I don't drive. I'm blind. I don't drive. You don't want me driving. Trust me, okay? I do not drive. But anyway, Corey's vehicle, okay? So she has a vehicle, and it's an older vehicle. It's nothing special, older vehicle. The insurance on that vehicle was generally about $500. I mean, I don't know the exact number. It's about 500 something, give or take a little bit, for the entire year. That's not that bad. That's, pretty reasonable, right? What it really should be. We got the statement for the insurance for this coming year, right? The renewal is coming due. $898. We're like, that's not right, okay? Insurance premiums don't just go up $400 in 1 year for no reason, right? So I called the insurance agent. I was like, hey, this is not right. We need to shop this. We certainly need to look around. $898 is not going to cut it, right? We're not doing this. This is nuts. It went up $400 just in 1 year for this one renewal. She's like, okay, yeah, we'll shop this, whatever. A couple days later, I get a phone call from her. She's like, yeah, this is just what it is now. We cannot find a competitor that is cheaper. Really? That's crazy, right? So anyway, this is my own personal example. This literally just happened like a couple weeks ago, right? Where we had this renewal letter come in, called, shopped it, nothing. We could not find anything cheaper. Obviously, we could lower the coverage and stuff like that, but then you're just kind of splicing numbers around. So again, this is the reality. This is a nut situation. Everybody's demanding more right now for everything, and no wonder why the financial situations of everybody is really bad, really, really bad, right? Another thing really quickly, going back to that $100,000 a year type of income person, remember, that's like the pinnacle, right? Everybody wants to have $100,000 of income, right? That's not really the case anymore. Here's the thing. The reports are still showing that 45% of those people that are earning six figures a year are living paycheck to paycheck. Sorry, that's really bad. That's unacceptable, right? And now again, that goes across the board for everybody. Now again, here's the thing. Do they really need their fancy luxury vehicles to drive around in? No. They could certainly downsize those. Do they need to live in the best house in the block? Nope. They could definitely downsize that as well. Do they need to buy the expensive clothes, the expensive shoes, the expensive purses? No, definitely not. They don't need to buy that stuff, right? So again, it's kind of all with lifestyle as well. But my point is, it's not all about them. I'm just simply saying it shows that even higher income people that, earn the pinnacle 6 figures a year still are struggling just as much as other people, in lower income thresholds as well. So anyway, this crazy situation, I want to share this with you really quickly because I find this to be very interesting. And again, maybe this shows a little bit of the situation that's going on and shows us the culprit behind why, like, virtually everybody's struggling right now financially. And again, across multiple different income thresholds, again, it's just kind of all relative, right? Whether somebody earns $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, or $1 million a year, it's all relative, right? A lot of the times, people have their spending that's consistent with their income. This is generally how it is, regardless of the income threshold. But no matter how you cut it, prices going up is going to continue to put this squeeze on everybody, no matter what income level they're at, right? So anyway, I found this to be very fascinating. And again, like I said earlier, food prices generally go up 2% a year. Well, 2% over 3 years, over the last 3 years, would be 6%. Okay, fine. 6% increase on food. Yeah, that's reasonable. We could probably expect that. But 21% in the last 3 years is, guess what? That's 7% a year. So that's way more. In 1 year, averaged out here, that in 1 year, we got more inflation on food than what we should have over the course of 3 years. See what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, right? All right, so anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. But yeah, if you want to come back and talk about this further, I can certainly do that, follow up to this. There's a lot more information in these inflation reports. And again, that's just a couple of the different details about this. These inflation reports have tons of information with them in them, and it sees the price increases on virtually everything. And yeah, it's nuts. Which, by the way, quick little side note, airline tickets last month went down a little over, last year. In the last 1 year alone, airline tickets went down about 7%. Okay, so fine. We saw prices come down on airline tickets, but who cares? Do you need airline tickets? No. There's a difference between necessity, food, and discretionary airline tickets. You see what I'm saying here? So the necessities keep going up. The things that we all need keep going up. Meanwhile, the discretionaries are going down a little bit. Figure that one out, right? So anyway, it shows the priorities and where we're at. So anyway, I want to bring this to your attention really quickly. I hope this helps you to some degree. Either way, I just want you to know that I'm doing all the research. I'm watching everything very closely and bring it to your attention because it's only fair to know this. Here's the thing. Is your local news telling you this information? I would highly doubt it. I don't think your local news is coming out and saying, well, look, everybody, in the last 3 years, we've seen 21% increases on food. I just don't think your local news is telling you that. Maybe they are. I highly doubt it. This is something they don't really want us to know at the end of the day. They don't really want to advertise this because it looks bad. It's not like good policy to be like, hey, we're getting taken advantage of every time we turn around, and every turn we're looking at here, they're grabbing more of our money. Yeah, that's not really a headline that they want to really reach for, right? Anyway, I want to bring this to you really quickly. Again, if you have not done so, please subscribe down below. Share the video with your friends on my social media. There's a share button down below as well. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including the ones down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I've hand-selected some for you there, as well as right here on your screen. You'll see some videos popping up. Make your selection now and check out one of those videos. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Take care, and I'll catch you again later in that next video that you're choosing now. Thanks so much.